rallies are like dancing. The way you feel the car, it was exciting feeling. Thousand Lakes Rally is very special in Finland. You know, there's nearly 400,000 people coming to watch it, and it's a sport event which everybody knows. And of course, coming from that country, you are nothing if you don't win it. Thousand Lakes is it's very difficult rally, very fast roads but twisty, lot of jumps and very precise driving. You drive that night, next day, that night. You have been awake 2 nights, 2 days. You are tired. It's a really, really hard thing to do. In '83, I knew that I have to win Thousand Lakes if I wanted to win the World Championship.
Nearly 30 years ago, we brought Quattro into motorsport racing. At that time, we of course use our race drivers to give us feedback to bring the Quattro drivetrain to perfection.
You know, the Audi Quattro was completely different. It was new, it was exciting. Four-wheel drive car, nobody was even thinking of that kind of solution. The benefit you had with the Quattro is when you get the car sideways, you have got much more tires to push it inside, so you can drive fast around the bends.
In the RS5, we now have the newest innovation of Quattro drivetrain, which is the crown gear differential. The big benefits of the crown gear are that it's lighter, it's more precise in its torque split. Doesn't matter if it's dry, wet, on a racetrack or on standard road. The result is a more agile car.
During the race, I was in front just by 1 second or 2 seconds. We were fighting and fighting and fighting, and we were driving one of these very fast roads over the jumps. And I knew there is 150 meters, there is a very hard ride. I remember very well when I was going to the first jump and I was not coming down. The back end was coming first and then the front. Sitting there that second or two and thinking, is it going to land? That feeling that you control the car with the Quattro, that speed what you are going, it gives you a really big kick. I had tears in my eyes when I came to the finish because you have pushed so hard. I learned there that never give up, just keep trying. I think I can remember the rest of my life to win Thousand Lakes.
A race car has a soul, and the Audi 90 Quattro had a very special soul. It was the first time we came to Sears Point with the Audi 90, and when we came to the States with this car, nobody could believe what we can achieve with this car. Small engine, 5-cylinder, it's a German saloon car. I remember we didn't have pole position. We knew that we can only win the race by using all the car has.
Now the green flag is out, and here we go.
The 5-cylinder engine was it was a jewel. It was lighter and it was more compact. You put your foot on the throttle and we could use the power instantly.
In 1989, I was responsible for engine development. At that time, we have a 5-cylinder engine in a IMSA GTO race car. The engine we have nowadays in the TTRS is the grandchild of this race engine from 1989. The base design is the same. The firing order is the same. Many people remember the sound of the 5-cylinder in former times, and they now hear it once again in the TTRS.
There was a very special, very unique sound. And when it got off the throttle, there was this fantastic...
At that time, we saw that the 5-cylinder engine is a very good base for a race engine. 700 horsepower was no problem for this engine.
had tremendous battles, because these big block V8s had a little bit more torque than we had. But wait till the first braking point. With a lighter engine, we had a big advantage. Our braking point was later than theirs, and to drive this car with especially the quattro drive system was fantastic. They pass on the straight, we pass on the brake. It was also a different line we could use. We have an ideal line around the corner where the others all go, and we could practically use every line.
Number 97. Oh, and there's a little dirt track in there. That's all the road you can use.
When they stayed on the inside, we took them on the outside. Also, all the other opponents got into tire problems because they had lots of more horsepower, big blocks, and on the acceleration out of the corner, they just burned their tires, And with our quattro drive system, we spread the load out on four wheels.
We always look on the racetrack if there are things we can use for a serious production car. We of course take this, the ideas, the experiences. Our TTRS engine, a high-performance engine. Perhaps you can also feel a little bit that it comes out of a race engine.
And the checkered flag is waving. And Hanstock wins.
When I cross the finish line, I always start to yodel. Hola iti, hola iti. And I start to jump up and down in the seat, It's a feeling, I'm missing a little bit.
I believe 2001 Le Mans was the mental hardest race I've ever done.
Flag is dropped and the Le Mans 24 Hours 2001 is underway.
We knew before the race that there was a chance of some rain.
It is like a tap that just gets turned on. I mean, a sudden torrential downpour from sunshine not 2 minutes ago.
Heavy crash at the Arnage corner.
This has turned into a survival race.
There was a lot of downpour just before midnight. The cockpit was full of water, no visibility. Every time I braked, I had no grip. This was the scariest 20 minutes of my life.
As a race engineer, you have only one chance to make the wrong decision. Based on the weather forecast, I said to Tom, I need to put you on intermediates.
I remember in the beginning I said, it's too early, I have no grip. But Joe at the pit wall, he would say, okay, stay out.
Of course, he was not happy, but I had confidence in him.
In 2001, there was a huge benefit that we went with the TFSI engine, with direct fuel injection.
FSI technology was very new, but in the conditions we had, you had a lot better distribution in power delivery.
FSI technology was first used in the race cars. My team took a lot of experience out of the racing engine and brought them to the IS5. The great advantage of an FSI system is that the injector is located directly in the combustion chamber. And with this, it's possible to bring the fuel in exactly in the right moment during the combustion process. An important and amazing thing of this engine is that this engine runs up to 8,500 RPM. You have a piston speed up to 26 meters per second. And this is a level which is normally in Formula One cars.
Throttle response and control was really, really important. When you're coming out of corners and the weather, you get up to a certain speed, 250. 280. With the TFSI engine, the car becomes more of an extension of you, and you can slide it under control of the throttle much easier, and that helped us a lot, particularly in the rain.
And at that time where we did not have traction control, that was a really, really big advantage.
It was a perfect year to bring the TFSI engine. That helped us overcome the hardest race in the world.
Victory for the second straight year goes to Audi.
26 cars start the 2011 Le Mans 24 Hours.
We start all three together, and we were running pretty quick.
The two Audis are coming through the Ford chicane. This is a great formation start.
We had to push really hard because we had a huge pressure from the Peugeot's car.
It's Audi, Peugeot as it stands.
And then we got that first crash.
It's the number 3 car. It's McNish's car.
Alan, are you okay?
And McNish is out of the car. That car's not coming back.
Around midnight, our number 1 car then had an incident. That left us with just one Audi to fight against 4 Peugeots. It was going to be all or nothing now.
In the early morning, I got a wake-up call and I had to jump in the car. This was the most difficult wake-up call I got in my life. And I was not really awake, but when you jump in the car, it's like I got a boost.
The 2011 car was completely new. The Ultra technology allows us to take a lot more weight out of the car. We use carbon composites for various different body panels and also the safety structure for the driver. We also made our suspension system lighter weight to be able to get the performance we wanted. The Ultra technology gives us a lot more flexibility with where we can distribute our weight. This allows the drivers to take corners flat out.
When the car sticks on the track and you go quick like crazy, through corners, you think that it's not possible.
The transfer of the Ultra spirit coming from the motorsport division to road cars like this RS5 is a mixture of different materials for weight reduction to give the performance, the feeling, the response for the driver. What you see here is a wave disc brake. This brought us to a weight reduction of about 3 to 4 kilograms per car. Every gram you can get rid out of a car would help to make it quicker. The response of the brake is pretty close to what we know from motorsports. The driver can be later on the brake if he would be brave enough.
When we put Ben in the car, we'd agreed what our strategy had been and then deviated completely from it.
We are here to take the maximum risk to win the race. So I decided to really push hard.
The lead kept swapping. Every lap was almost like a qualifying lap for us.
When I saw where was the car and where was the Peugeot, I had no choice.
Benoit Taluet has pulled off an absolutely awesome manoeuvre around the outside as the Audi is back out in front.
I just wonder where Benoit got that from.
I kind of screamed a little bit and then thought, oh, we made it out the other side, that's good.
It demoralized the Peugeot driver, and that was the key time during the race. In the real life, I'm not able to do things like that. Right now, I am a normal man, and when I am in the car, I am another guy. The Ultra technology makes a difference. When you have a car like that, you feel confident. It's just amazing, honestly.
There's 4 Peugeots behind, but there's 4 rings on the top of the podium at Le Mans 2011.